another weekly preview. AK47 over at tradecaster.com and Prime Trading Investments. Come over and get some of that one-on-one help, streaming help. You name it, we got you covered. Now, it's a big week ahead. Another big week in earnings. We have the 29th through the 3rd, moving into the first few days of May. Amazon AMD earnings report on Tuesday. We've got Apple on Thursday. We killed last week and the week before. Was all over it, from Tesla to NFLX, Meta. We actually traded Google's earnings, and I was all over that, so we'll get into that here right now. Go back to Google this past week. We banked on it. We said it was going to go long. And let me just go a quick little preview of what we are seeing in these earnings plays. So typically the day of, we kind of get them to kind of show their hand, right? They're going to tip in the cap, so to speak, of what they're going to do. Google started that day on an uptrend, as you can tell. Now, it doesn't really matter what we've been doing the days before. It's the day of. So that day of, we start down low and go all the way back up through pre-market highs, and we're green for the day, never coming back to the VWAP. It went up. Let's go back to Meta from last week as well. Pretty easy stuff to see. Now, yes, we had this big reversal from 85 to 95, right? It was still down from 510. That's still, are you kidding me? $15. Even after the reversal, I called this to go down. It went down. Let's go back to Tesla right here and what we're seeing with these earnings reports. Let's go back to it. Tesla, the day of. A lot of people were talking about this being negative and going down. Well, I know some traders that actually went short on this, and I'm like, I would not. Like Google, right, where we're down back up over pre-market highs. We're green for the day. We went up. Let's go back to Netflix, another one that I could just show you what we do, and most likely we're going to go down or up. That day, Netflix was hard to judge. We go up, we go up. Finally, that day we go down, and I told everyone in chat, let's just go back to right here. When we got below open, which you can see right here, the open was 612. 612 is the open. We're now at low of day and testing it. I was like, team, we're probably going to go down, especially when we came up at the end of the day, hit the open price of 612, failed. Now, this one was a little all over the place, but still in the end, we went down. So this week, moving forward, on, say, Apple or AMD's earnings report on Tuesday, and as well as Amazon on Tuesday. Say if we get a day like this right here on Tuesday, what do you think Apple's going to do? Or AMD? We're going up. Or Amazon, my bad. Amazon, Apple's on Thursday, but Apple as well. If you see this kind of a day and we're green for the day, we're probably going up. If you see a day like this, and let's just get out of it, where we're up, or we're kind of medium in the middle, up and then down, it's probably going to go down for the day. And 100%, let's just go to a different kind of chart here if I can find one for you guys, right? Let's just go to like NVDA, because I know what this one did on Friday. Up, up, and away, kind of like Google was this last time. That is 100% on earnings report. If AMD, if Amazon, or if Apple do that, the three A's this week, they have a day like that, the play is going up, I promise you. If it's the opposite and it's going down, 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 and we just go down all day, it's going to be bad. And with the earnings report, when it goes up, down, or comes out, it's going down. So again, if we go up for the day and we maintain the VWAP and we're well over it, we're going up, up, and away. Earnings report, bet to go long on it, just like I did with Google. If it's down, 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 and below the VWAP, watch for it to be like Meta, and it's going to tank and go down when earnings reports comes out. That's what I've been seeing since last fall. I traded NVDA. I've traded so many earnings reports. Most recent one is Google here, and you can see we were green, green, green for the day, right? Up for the day from open area. The open was 153. We go up to 158. It's going up, right? So remember that this week with the three A's, Apple, Amazon, and AMD. Now, what to expect this week just from all those plays? Let's zoom back out overall and start with the SPY. The SPY here, which again, I can get that off. That's the trend we cracked a couple weeks back. Over 510 is going to be key. Over 510, especially on Tuesday with Amazon and AMD coming out. With those earnings coming out, easily should see 511.60. Over that to 515 area. Over 515 with earnings report this week, especially if they are good from those three A's. Watch for a pop back up to 516, 517.85, 519.30, and possibly, in my opinion, could definitely see back up to 521.35 overall. My normal high of the week, just because we could have a mixed bag, as you can see, we went from 95 to 10. We can go $10 to $15 in a week. My normal high of the week is going to be somewhere around 519 to 521. My ultimate high of the week, well, you better believe it, it's going to take us back. I've got to go further back here. We'll just go to the 4 hour. That's right. Normal high of the week, somewhere between this 418.75 to 420 mark, somewhere in here, with my ultimate taking it back to 523 to 525. Now, maybe we don't have good earnings this week, and maybe somewhat we do have a pullback, and we don't do this little cup and handle on the daily and have this U-shape. Back under 506.50 and 506 or 505.50 is going to be huge, down to 505, then down to 503.50. Under that, down to 501.50.75 to 502-ish area, somewhere in here is where I'm getting that based off of. And then after that, my normal low of the week will be right around there, actually, right around 502. My ultimate low of the week will crack it back to 500, possibly to 498.75, no lower than 497. I just feel we're going up this week, and earnings are going to take it up. Apple as well, let's get into it. Back over 170 and 171 is going to be key for Apple for the move with good earnings to 172 and 173.65. Apple as well, in my opinion, normal high of the week could possibly get back up into this run with normal high of the week. Last week we went from 164 to 171, so you go from 171 to 178, same amount of area, $7-8. So I think my normal high of the week is going to be 176 to 178, testing what we had a couple of weeks ago on that Friday. Now, ultimate high of the week, we'll get it back up to around 178 to 179, maybe even a touch to 180 with good earnings. Now, these earning plays have been bigger, so I would say if it's good earnings, I think we 100% see the 178 to 180 mark. We easily could see up to 185 with earnings. Now, on the way back on down for Apple, watch for this trend, which is already cracked on Friday. Maybe we go down into Tuesday with its earnings. Actually, Thursday's its earnings. Thursday is earnings. So maybe we go down for 3 days. You never know. It could do its own thing. So back on down, watch down to 168, 168.75, 169. Crack of that down to 168. Crack of that down to 167.25-ish area. And below that down to 166. 166 to around this 165 normal low of the week. Maybe earnings are bad. We're going down below 164 in my opinion. If earnings are bad, down below 164, you can see we have not been there in quite a while. And if we do, we're setting 52-week lows. I think we could crack to 160, even maybe down to 150 with bad earnings. Let's go back over because we didn't see it once. AMD. Over AMD, again, earnings is going to be on Tuesday. So what do we do Monday into Tuesday? Over this Friday high, we're over the high from the past pretty much week and a half, almost 2 weeks. Watch for the 158.35 pop, over that to 160, over 160 to 162.50, then to 164, 164 to 165. That'll be my normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week with earnings. I think we easily, in my opinion, fly back up to this mark through this 166 line that I've had in for a while. Over 167.50 up to 171 this area. Easily with earnings. We've been running big time with earnings with some of these plays. Some of them bigger than others here recently. Now, again, what does AMD do? Microsoft and Google did way bigger than what they did with earnings in January, February. So do we get that again? If we do, AMD, if Google went $20, $25, AMD's poised with good earnings back up to 185, if not 190. So normal high of the week, just running as it would be already, 171-ish to somewhere right around there to 172, somewhere in there possibly. I think we could get back to. Honestly, I know I said the 160, we'll go back to it. I know I said 171. And that's a done deal in my opinion. So the 171 mark to 172, somewhere in there, is going to be my normal high. I know I said, kind of filling that gap back. We'll go to the 15-day, 15-minute. I think that's a done deal. But with earnings, this could fly back up through 180, 185. Honestly, if Google can go $20-25. Now for the way back on down, crack back under 157, down to 155, under 155 to 153 to 152. 50 area. Underneath that down to around the 151 mark, 151 to 150 normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week cracks it back down to 147, then to 145 with bad earnings. You know where we're going, an area we haven't been to in quite a while. probably down to the 135 mark. 130 to 135 with bad earnings would be on lock in my opinion, if not even lower. Now over to ARM, how does it move with some of these plays this week? It's been a little stalemate after this massive Friday dump-a-rooski and kind of channeled up really for most part between 95 and right under 103. Really 102's been most of the resistance. So watch for that squeeze over 103 right there. That is going to be key this week, 103.75 to go to 105 with good earnings from AMD possibly as well on Tuesday for the move to 106.80 and then the 110 for the week. 110 to 112, ultimate high of the week. Normal high of the week, probably right around the 108.75 mark. For your move back on down, watch for a crack back under. I'll zoom in a little bit here. Watch under 100 down to right here of around 98. Under 98 to 97.50. Under 97.50, watch for the crack back down to around 95. 95 to around 93.50, normal low of the week. With ultimate low of the week, bad earnings with AMD and everything else could crack this back down to around this $90 mark and maybe even into the 80s. Over to Google, which again did have some major earnings and popped up so high. Again, all-time highs here for GOOG, or add the L to Google as well. Use the same levels, just find the charting. We know now underneath this mark there's no charting to really hold it up. So under 172 is going to be key this week for some crackback. I think under 172 we could find our way to 165. Ultimately, we could find our way back down to 161. I just don't think 162, 163, whatever all-time highs was before this, that would be the ultimate low of the week, with normal low of the week around 165 to 167.50. Now, maybe we do pop up and pops up with, again, earnings this week and market goes up. Watch for a move back over this 174 mark to around 175.50. Over that, we can move up to around 177. That'll be my normal high of the week, right around 177, with your ultimate high of the week popping up huge with the market if we do go up, possibly to around the 180 mark. Meta as well, crazy earnings last Wednesday, just a crazy dump-a-rooski. Big day again. We've had a lot of big days here recently on Meta. Meta here, back up over the 450 mark is going to be key. If we get back over 450, I would not be surprised for Meta to climb its way back to 475, 470 area for your ultimate high of the week. For your normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, and you're going to be like, you got to be kidding me, would take it back up to 485, 490, 5 area. It could even be a touch to 500. Look, if we go from 315 or 415 up to 445 in a day, and even the next day we go from 445 down to 4, we're moving $10 to $15 minimum in a day. Some days we're moving 20 or 30. If that's the case, we go up this week. Now, yes, we'll probably have a red day mixed in there, but I still have to see easily, in my opinion, if we have those big days, 470 to 475 could be the normal high with ultimate up to 500. For your lows, watch for a crackback under, we'll start with 438 down to around this 433 mark. Under 433, 432.50 area, watch for the crackback down to 428.75 and then down here to 425. Under 425, 420 is going to be your normal low of the week down to around 415. Ultimate low of the week will be a crack of 415 down to 410, down to 400. Ultimate low of the week right around 400. Over to Microsoft here. Now we have Microsoft. Big key moment right here. The shelf right here in after hours on Friday. 406 on lock. So watch under 406 down through to 405. Under 405, we're going to be hitting right around this 403 mark. Under 403, down to 401.50 to 400. Normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week will take it to 398. Under 398, somewhere right around this 395 mark. I don't think we get any lower than that. For the move back on up, watch for a pop over 408 to 410, over 410 to 412. Over 412, watch for a pop up to 413.85, possibly 415. Normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, just because I feel we're going to go up this week, maybe some more. Watch for move to around 420, 415 to 420. Let's go to Netflix here. Again, kind of after that big move that we had after earnings on Thursday. Been in this kind of roller coastery back and forth between around 550 to 580, the ultimate. So watch for a move on the low side below 450 or 550 right here, 555 for the move down to 551. Under 551 to 550, below that down to this 545 mark. Under 545 for the move down to 542 for your normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week, we do crack that, head to 530, 525 area. For the move up, watch for a move over 562. And maybe we range this week and say choppy in this channel, so keep your eye on that. Over 562 to 567, 68 area, 70 area. Over 570, we're popping up to 575 and then to 580. 580 normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, watch for a pop to 585. Over that to 595. NVDA earnings doesn't come out till late May, like the 21st or 22nd. We have a while till this monster does release its earnings. For this week, though, watch over 882, 883 here for the move up to 900 into the 908. 908 is going to be my normal high of the week. Although I think we're going through that. And where are we going through? Over 908. Watch for a pop-up here to around the 925 area. Over 925. I know 9. Okay, we'll go over 908, 910, 15. Then to 920, 25-ish. 925, I think, will be the normal high of the week. Or ultimate high of the week. Unless all three A's are good earnings. Apple, AMD, Amazon. That would pop NVDA. You saw what it did this past week with Google. Look what it did with Google this past week. You go back to the earnings right here, and it went from 8:30, and Microsoft went from 8:30 to 8:45, had like a $10, $15 pop, and after hours with it. If AMD, especially on Tuesday, and Amazon is good, I would imagine this week, especially then at the end of the week with Apple is good as well, could be seeing the 950 mark. For your low of the week, watch for a pop under or crack under 870, 868, down to around 865, and under 865 to 860. Under 860, watch for a crack to 850. Under 850 down to around the 845 mark. 845 to 840 normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week takes it to 830. Under 830 down to around the 825 mark. And under 825 down to 815. 815 or so normal or ultimate low of the week. Q. All right. Over Friday's high of day of 9, we'll call it, I should say 9, 432.50. Watch for a pop up to 434. Over 434 to 435. Over that up to 436.50, 70 area. Over that, which will be my normal high of the week, watch for a pop to 840. Over 840 to 842.50. You know what? This has been moving so big. 15 to 30. So we'll say normal high of the week. Normal high of the week, we're going to go 439 to 442 with ultimate high of the week taking it up to 444. We'll call it 445, then to 446 area. Ultimate high of the week, 446. For your lows, watch for a crack back under 430 for the move down to 428.75, then to 427. Under 427 down to around the 425 mark. 425 cracks, we're down to around 424 to 423.50, normal low of the week. Under 423.50 down to 422.75, then down to 420.65, 50 area, 420.50, 420, ultimate low of the week. Over to SMCI. This one could also be a monster mover with some of these plays this week with earnings. Over this 860 mark. 860 mark up to 875. Over that to 885 and then to 900. Over 900 to 915. 915 and 925, normal high of the week. Over that, watch for a pop through 930 up to around 940. Over that to 950. And over 950, I think with good earnings this week, this could see 965 to essentially 1,000. Somewhere between 965 to 1,000 could be hit this week. If we do have bad and we do go back down, watch for a crack back under 850, down to 840, then down to 830 area. Under 830, then you're down to 815, and under 815 to 800 or so, 805. Under that, down to 790. 790 cracks, you're down to around the 780 mark for my normal low of the week, 790 to 780. With your ultimate low of the week, then taking it down to 765, 750. Below that to 735. Below 735, 720-ish or so for your ultimate low. And I forgot to do Amazon. Sorry, Amazon here, especially with earnings, and I'm still in Amazon. Over 185 here, or 180, 185. 180, 185 is going to be key to 182.50. Over that, watch for a pop to 185. Normal high of the week because of what it typically runs is not a lot most days. But we have earnings this week, so I think it's going higher than 185 if we have good earnings. Ultimate high of the week takes it to 186.25. Then to 187.50 to 189.75. With good earnings, though, Amazon pops to 200. 200 ultimate high of the week. Now for your normal low of the week and ultimate low of the week, watch back under 178, 178.80, if I could talk. 178.75 roll, the 875 roll, 178.75 for the crack to 177.50, then down to around the 176 mark. Under 176, watch for 175 to around 174.50 to get hit for your normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week takes it down to then 173.50. Below that, then to 170, 175 to around 170. If earnings are bad, ultimate low of the week is 170 down to 165. I don't think we'll get much lower than that 165 mark. You can see since we had earnings back in February, we haven't cracked that mark. I just don't think we will again, even if earnings are bad. And if earnings are good, like last time, we see how we popped up a decent amount, not a lot. I think we're up a little bit this week, and with earnings, we pop up close to 200 for your ultimate low or ultimate high of the week. Now over to Tesla. Let's round this out here overall for Tesla. Tesla back over 172 to 173.20, then up to 175. Over 175 to 178.75 to 179 area. You can see right there the high we've had for the past couple of weeks. That is going to be my normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week, we'll take it over that 179, 180 mark up to around 185. For your move back on down for Tesla, watch under 166.70 for the move down through to 165, under 165 to 164, then down to 163. 163 around there, normal low of the week with your ultimate low of the week, then taking it down to 160 to 157.75, somewhere right around there for your ultimate low of the week. That's it. Yeah, finally wrapped them all up. Again, this week with earnings, we have Amazon and AMD on Tuesday. That's the big one this week, really, until we have Apple on Thursday. Those are your biggest ones this week. See you next week for another weekly preview. AK signing off once again. Have a great week.